Good morning. Today I am testing these. Those are the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4. So I've had the 1, I've had the 2. The 3 was my favorite, and now the 4. They've been out for a little while, but with Christmas just around the corner, you might want to pick yourself up a pair. And so I'll tell you all about them today in my N of 1. All right, see you after the run. So now I'm a couple of miles into my run, and they feel really great. They're very light and snappy. That would be the best way to describe them. They're a little stiffer than the 3s, if you liked the softness and the pillowy kind of feeling of the 3s. Felt kind of like you were wearing slippers, which eventually didn't support your feet enough. If you like that, then you might not like these too much. These are a lot stiffer and a lot just better support, I would say, than the 3s had. I did like the 3s personally, but didn't like them when eventually I had an injury, which I'll tell you about later after the run. All right, I'll see you back at home in the nice warm house. All right, I'm back from a 6.2 mile run, 10K at about a 9-minute mile. It was an easy day today because I had 2 5Ks over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I got to test out the Endorphin Pro 4s, as I said I was going to do, during one of the races, and I would say I enjoyed running in it. I would say that, but it's not the fastest shoe on earth, I would say. I'm not quite sure now what to use it for, because if I'm not going to use it for races, maybe longer races would be smarter. When I'm done with going through all of my Endorphin Pro 3s, I can always go to the 4 now, I think. I'm getting more and more comfortable with it. So today I am not reviewing those, though. I'm reviewing these. So these are the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4. Okay, so there was a 1, there was a 2, a 3, and a 4. So I do actually have all of them here, so we can kind of look at the differences in all of them. But just to give you the specs on these, so we have the same kind of foam Power Run PV, kind of different type of design with it this time. Still very bouncy, responsive. We have speed roll technology, which gives you a nice little spring. We have a nylon fiber plate. So like the pros have the carbon fiber plate, the speeds have a nylon fiber plate, and it's a full length plate. In terms of the weight, it's pretty light. You feel like it's light, at least, and it's about, I think it's 8.2 ounces in my size. The heel is 36 inches, and there is an 8 millimeter drop, which would bring us to 28 millimeters in the toe. So it's a little bit less than, like, if you look, with the Triumph for my longer day runs. That's got a little bit more foam in it than this does, so it's not quite as much support for your heel, but it's still a decent amount, and you just feel light and bouncy in them. So probably better for a tempo run, not for a easy day like I had today. And you can pick them up for about $170. They're not quite on sale yet. The other ones are, you can get the previous models of this. If you can find the 1 and 2 still out there, I'm sure you can find them cheaper. And then the 3s. So let me show you each of them. This is the 1. it was considerably different than the 4s. So you can see that the just the whole design of it is a lot different. Very narrow. You can see that, very narrow, and there wasn't like a lot of stability. I mean, it's not a stability shoe, it's a neutral shoe, but they definitely, this model has a lot more stability than the previous models. So interestingly, 1 and 2 were very similar. I honestly did not feel the difference whatsoever between 1 and 2. I mean, other than the color, that was about all I felt was different. I mean, I'm sure maybe other people felt something. Some people did like 1 better than 2. Then 3 came along. Now 3 really is when they started to change the model of the shoe. They made it a lot wider. I would say I've bought at least 9 pairs of these. I fell in love with these shoes. Love at first sight. I tried them. It was like wearing a slipper on my foot. It was just so comfortable. Still love them, but when I found myself running in these and only these, I started to develop a problem on the top of my foot. Like, I guess it would be right here on the left foot, actually, though. This is the right foot. And it was actually, it ended up being a tendon. I went to see a foot doctor, and I'm pretty sure it was a tendon that was creating the problem. And then eventually the tendon pulled a little part of the bone up, and so I had a bone spur, and it was pretty much from wearing slippers while I was running. Like I said, though, they're so comfortable and so still light, very light, bouncy, all of that, but this part of it, just no support whatsoever. So that's probably why I developed that problem. Just, you know, your foot does certain things when it's in different shoes, and this was actually the shoe that made me start doing something that I do now, which is rotate my shoes every day. So consecutively, I never wear the same shoe. For example, today I wore the Saucony Speed 4, Endorphin Speed 4, and tomorrow I will wear something else, and then the next day something else. In fact, I think tomorrow, just so you know, I'm going to review an ASIC shoe, the ASIC Meta Speed Paris, yeah, Edge Paris, yeah, Paris Edge or Edge Paris. So that's going to be for tomorrow's N of 1. So I would say if you're going to pick a pair of these up, you're making a good buy. You can use these for so many things. Easy day, tempo runs, just they're highly versatile. Best word for them. You could race in them because they're speedy. And I mean, the long run, I would save them for the Triumph or another just, you know, shoe that has a little bit more foam in it. But other than that, these are awesome shoes. One of my favorites. All right, I'll see you again tomorrow for another N of 1.